Welcome to this 10-move HIIT bar class. The printable goes along with this if you'd rather just look at the printable. We're going to start with the jackknife with oblique twists here, so get ready. Great, so we're just starting out with side lunge with an oblique twist to the opposite knee. We'll do each side for 30 seconds. Try and keep a nice straight line from the crown of your head to your tailbone. You can go all the way to the floor or simply to the knees. So each one of these 10 moves is 1 minute each. Switch up to the other side. Of course, you can go faster than this. So we're working your waist here. We're working your inner thighs. A little bit of shoulders. And again, go just as low as you feel is comfortable. You can use hand weights if you want as well. Excellent job. So moving on to the next move, sumo squat with a back extension. Feet are shoulder width apart, and then your shoulders are pulled back. You can do this in prayer position. Knees in alignment with the ankles. I'm just demonstrating from the side. You don't want to just hinge forward at the hips. You want to actually bend those thighs and those knees. Don't go any lower than the knees with your seat. Flex your foot as you press back, alternating each side. You're going to feel the whole glute or gluteus complex. Higher intensity, heart rate will come up if you put your hands up near your ears. For those of you with range of motion issues, this will be a little bit harder. Try not to go too much faster than this. Great job. When you get tired, your form tends to go, the knees start to come in. Keep those knees above the ankles. Let's move on to the third move. It's called plie with side obliques. In second position, you're going to go out, which is a ballet foot position. You're externally rotating through the hips, hands gently at the ears, behind the neck, and you're going side to side. Again, you're working your torso or your waist from side to side. So this is a great standing abdominal exercise. However, it also works your inner thighs in this plie position. If you want to go lower, you're going to feel it much more in your inner thighs. You can add intensity by lifting up your heels. This is called a releve. You're kind of like a windshield wiper going side to side. Don't curl your lower back or your shoulders forward, and this is great for combating that rounded shoulders, or what I call your desk hunch or your text messaging hunch. Again, you're doing this move for a minute. You could use weights, holding them in a goalpost position if you want. This next move is nice and hard. First position, chair hold. It's similar to a wall sit. Chair pose taken from yoga. Hands are nice and straight up in the air. Arms near the ears. Elongate from the crown of the head to the tailbone. Lift your heels. Keep those knees together for an inner thigh workout too. This really works the thighs. Great for posture as well if you suffer from poor posture. If this is too difficult, pick your level by either lifting your heels up higher if you need higher intensity, or dropping them to the ground. Heels to the ground is fine. Try and hold this move for 1 minute. I'm struggling here. You can do it. We're almost halfway there. We're moving on to first position in ballet, first position, foot position, and elevate with a tricep shrug. So that means you're putting your feet together and turn out. You're bringing your elbows behind your back. Imagine you're trying to touch each elbow to one another. Shoulders are pulled back. You're working your upper and middle back. Again, working against that hunched or shrugging shoulders. You're working your calves here and working mobility through your feet by doing these heel lifts or releves. Good. Squeeze the thighs, squeeze the glutes. Good. Keep your core engaged as though somebody was going to punch you in the stomach. So it's called bracing. So go ahead and engage your core as though you're going to be pushed or punched. Really squeeze those scapula back. You could use weights for this if you need higher intensity. You'd use them in the hands. Moving on to the sixth move, reverse bridge to a tricep dip. I'm going to show you some modifications if you have any wrist injuries or if you're not yet strong enough to do the triceps. But make sure your hand placement, fingers are facing your heels, hands are directly below your shoulders, lengthen through the neck, don't sink into the shoulders. And lift your seat up. It's a bend in the elbow, not a bend in the seat. This is not a seat exercise. It's a back of the arm, tricep, bat wing kind of. Sometimes we call this area the bat wing. Here is the modification. Put your hands all the way on the ground and lower the elbows as low as you can go, so keeping the head lifted. 1 minute is a long time to do this exercise. If you need to stop and just rotate your hands or your wrists just to give them a break, that's fine. But they can then again get right back into the move. My arms were burning. The seventh move is a side laying oblique bicycle exercise. So you're going to lay on your side. I'll show you a couple different ways that you can hold your head. You can begin with your arm underneath on one side. We'll do each side for 30 seconds. You bring your foot forward and then press back. So you're just doing a bicycle motion. Really good for the hips. You could add, if you have ankle weights, you could add ankle weights. The higher up you are, the more you're going to feel it in your waist or your obliques. Switch to the other side quickly and do the same thing. Pick your arm position. Again, great for hip mobility. Hip flexors, if you have a desk job, you're really opening up when you press back through the hip flexor. That's sort of the front of the thigh, right above the thigh, and right below the hip bone in the front. Great, we are already on move number 8, bird dog push-ups. So you're gonna do each side. You're gonna take the bird dog pose, except for you're gonna keep both hands down. You're gonna lean your chest down and get as low as you can. I'm leaning forward, keeping those hands slightly wider than the shoulders. If you cannot do this, opt for the bird dog pose here. Squeezing and lengthening from the crown of the head, from the fingertips, crown of the head to the toes. After you've done 30 seconds on one side, we'll switch to the other side. Do what you can. So we switch to the other side. Take your own pace. Form here is more important than speed. Here's your bird dog pose if you prefer. Make sure that hand and wrist are right underneath the shoulder. They're not forward. Squeeze your glutes. You're gonna feel your abs in this one as well. Move number 10, side abdominal sweep. Laying on your back, hands gently behind your neck, lift up through the chest gently, and you're going to sweep in a side motion, side to side, like you're cleaning out the inside of a bowl. It's kind of a rainbow motion. So side to side, knees are bent. Good. The work is with the abdominals, not with the neck, not even with the elbows. It's not a twist side to side with the elbows. It's a sweeping motion. Remember to breathe. I'm sure most of you can get up higher than this, lifting the upper back a little bit higher off the floor. You're going to feel this in the upper middle abs especially. A minute doing this is quite a bit. But you'll definitely feel it tomorrow. All right, so we've made it to our 10th move in this 10-move HIIT. We're gonna do the bridge with high fifth hands. So bridging, fantastic for the lower back. You're gonna bring your hands in high fifth, that's from ballet, which is above your head. Good, and then you're gonna bring it below your back, which is what I call a low fifth, underneath your hips. Good, really drive your hips up. Here my back is quite, or my seat and my middle back are quite a bit higher than typical. That's okay. If you don't want to lift your hips up that high, that's fine. Feet are shoulder width apart. You can put your feet together. You can also add weights to this. If you're adding weights, you would put them in your hands, and they should be lighter. I like this one especially for the hamstrings, which is the back of the thighs. Fantastic job. So this whole workout is meant to hit every part of your body, to be a full workout, full body workout. So I'm gonna get a drink of water, you can too, but we're gonna finish by going back through these moves for only 30 seconds. So it's what the format is called a pyramid. So we do 1 minute each move, 1 through 10, and now we're gonna start back, move 10, and go back to 1 for 30 seconds. So get ready, 30 seconds, and we'll start with your bridge with high fifth hands. Here we go. So 30 seconds. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm going quite a bit faster. Don't sacrifice your form, but I want your heart rate up a little bit faster. The transition between moves is going to be quite a bit faster as well, maybe 2 to 3 seconds. Here's your abdominal sweeps, side to side. Can you get your shoulders up a little bit higher? You're almost there. Remember to breathe. Okay, let's transition to your bird dog push-ups. Only 15 seconds on each side. Get the leg up or bird dog pose, you choose. Again, I'm going quite a bit faster than I did on the other side, knowing that I only have to do it 15 seconds. Good, switch legs. Keep going, lengthen from that knee. Don't stick your seat up in the air. Lengthen from the crown of the head to that knee or to the seat. Long lines. Good. Now we're going to go to your side laying oblique bicycle. 15 seconds on each side. Good. I'm going faster. I felt a little bit of abs in this one as well. More of a stretch in the abs, but definitely some abs. Switch to the other side. Pick your shoulder position, whatever feels best for you. Always remain keeping the shoulder, elbow beneath the shoulder, not out and away from the ear. We don't want that. That'll put your shoulder at risk. All right, moving up to your reverse bridge to tricep dip. Remember, you have the option to keep your seat on the ground as a modification. You can also do pulsing in this one. I'm going quite a bit faster here, or at least I feel like I am. Bend those elbows, breathe. There's the modification for 2 only. We always think going faster makes it go faster, but it doesn't necessarily. All right, so I'm missing the first position, elevate with tricep shrug here, and I go instead straight into the first position, chair hold for 30 seconds. No, I'm not. I didn't miss it. First position, elevate with tricep shrug, 30 seconds. And here's your first position, chair hold, 30 seconds. It's only 30 seconds. Can you lift your heels higher? Can you sink lower? Towards the end, I start to shake. All right, so I'm missing the plie with side obliques here, which is move number 3, and instead I jump straight to sumo squat with back extensions. If you want to stop and pause and do 30 seconds of the plie with side obliques from your printable, feel free, or you can skip it. So remember, here's your sumo squat with back extensions. I'm going faster on this one, and I'm trying to go lower. Last thing, jackknife with oblique twists. We're doing 15 seconds each side. I'm going fast. Once you've gone through this workout once, maybe the next time you're going to go this fast on the 1 minute. And we're going to switch sides here. Good, here we go. This one really gets the heart rate up. All right, well done. You've just completed about a 20-minute workout, so we're just going to stretch. Join me in what's called second position. Reaching your arm towards the right, and then lean forward gently to get your lower back. Switch to the other side, and just notice a little lean forward. Good, and back. Good. Go ahead and stretch your hamstrings and your calves, pulling up on one toe, or all 5, but pulling up on the foot, the one foot. Fantastic. Let's do a quadricep stretch. I want you to add a little tuck to the hips so you get a deeper stretch. And here we have a ballet modified quadricep stretch. It certainly challenges your balance. If you want to hold on to a wall, you can, or reach forward and lengthen. Good, you're going to bring it out into second position as I end all my classes with 3 grand plies. Inhale, out, exhale. Bring it up, and then bring your